gonna smoke our hands to start, and then just set the smoker down here until we need it. Fix the veil. Let's see what we got. Oh. It's a big ass drone. Bunch of propolis. We seeing what we need to see? Oh yeah, baby. Cool. Not too much on the follower board. That one's still pretty empty. We're gonna scrape a little propolis this time. Maybe. Should have brought something to put it in. There you go. Check that out. Lots of sticky goodness. Alright, frame number 16, because we're off by one. And I can't put my finger on what the beehive smells like. It's definitely a flower of some sort. Alright. Scrape a little extra propolis off. Freaking camera down there sticking on my hive tool. Look at that. That's all propolis. That's sticky goodness. Yep. Alright, let's see. We don't need to scrape it all off. I just wanted to see what it was. What it was, man, what it was. Let go. Alright, frame number 14. Yep, I just moved 15. I didn't even show you guys, because I got distracted by the propolis. There's 2 fingerprints I put in it last time. There's a beetle. Yep, it fell in. Scrape a dead bee off over here. There's another beetle in here. There's a couple of beetles in here. Not no more. Pop them stupid mugs off of there. Yeah. Frame 14. Couple of beetles in there. Capped honey on that side. Scrape a couple more dead bees off. Missed the beetle. Alright, 14's got a little bit of capped honey on the backside. I don't see nobody getting out of hand, so I'm not getting any extra smoke, but I do need to puff it. There we go. Squish a beetle. Alright, capped honey on top. Start to put honey in the middle. Oops. Squish the beetle. Oh darn. Just seen another one. There he is. Alright. Frame number 14 is 3/4 full. That's just starting to get capped on top. Got it. Frame number 13. We'll slide it back together. Oh, that was frame 12, not 13, my bad. This is number 11. And I'm going to look at it here first. Holy moly. That's almost full top to bottom. And the top half is covered. We're going to take a quick glance for the queen while we're here. Oh, look at that. It's honey all the way down to here. And they're filling it in on top. Hell yeah. See what I see when I look this way. Oh, you can see the glisten this way. Hell yeah. Yep, squish one. Drone. Flying in circles. Frame number 10. I didn't see any beetles in that last one, but I didn't look for any either. That is honey all the way to the bottom. Man. Now the colony strength has shrank a little bit since the last time I was in here. That whole frame is honey. And there's a beetle. We'll get that little bugger. Where'd he go? Got him. Let me see if I can show you this without buggering nothing up. 4 to 5 inches of capped honey at the top. That is all honey down the middle. All the way to the bottom. This thing's heavy. Yep. It's another one of them frames that's gonna need to get replaced. So the first 4 frames didn't have no honey in it. But it doesn't mean they can't. We're on frame number 9. Now we get a little bit of brood and a lot of honey. The top half of that is filled. Now they're starting to get a little aggressive. Oh man, check that out. The whole top half is filled. This is all honey. A little bit of brood in the middle. Drones here on the side for the spring. Spin this so the other camera can see it, just in case that works really well. Look at that. What is that? We're in take a video so I can take a picture. Where's that? Right. Right there. See where the white one's at there on the left and where that bee's walking towards? And those two right in the middle. Just a little bit of smoke. Just to calm them down a little bit. They're starting to get rowdy, but they're not as bad as the last time we were in here. Come on, give it back. All right. Frame number 8. Get out of the way. It's all brood and honey on the top. And all honey on the back. Check that out. Honey in different colored pollens. I'm gonna bring this over so you can see it. Honey on top. And the different colored pollens don't show up so well over here because I haven't got the light. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that to show up better. But yeah, check that side out. Yep. I got a sweat drip. There we go. Can't tell if the frames are stuck on bees or if the frames are stuck together. This one's really heavy. Hopefully with the chest camera you can see it. Wow, that whole frame is going to be honey. And the back side's got some drone brood. Honey and pollen. Let's see if I get it to show up on the other camera. Honey on top. Drone brood. And the pollen doesn't show up so well because there's light on the back side. There it is. See it? Right there in the middle of the screen. I got a bee buzz in my head. Propolis is so thick today and sticky that my gloves are sticking together. You can hear the neighbors are out. We're on frame number 6. Wow. This is why I wanted to look today, because this morning, like every third bee had a ton of pollen on it. And there is a ton of pollen on there. There's brood down the middle. Or larvae, I should say. It's not brood yet till it gets capped. That's cool. So I have very high hopes for this colony over the winter. Lots of pollen in there. That's cool. And let's see if I get this to show up on this one. There you go. That's the angle of the dangle. This whole thing is honey and new bees. It weighs about 10 or 12 pounds. I have not looked for queen. Saw a couple more beetles. they're all corralled in the corner, so I'm not too worried about them. The ants are separating the insulation and bringing it up again. That is really cool. I don't know if you can see that on that camera. Can you guys see the color of the pollen here? And then you get the brood. Something is buzzing on my hand. That's all kept, and away she goes. Four more frames to go. We're gonna give it a little shot of smoke. One per hand. And if I do have a queen in here, she's running away by now, so I'm not worried about a queen because I get seen the larvae and all that. This one is packed solid with pollen and brood, honey on top. This side is all brood. We're 4 frames from the wall and honey on top. That's cool. Try and slide it back in. Three more frames and we hit the wall. Twist them sideways so we don't squish no bees. Lots of bees with pollen, lots of capped brood, lots of honey on top. Holy moly. More brood on that side, more honey on top. That bee likes the camera. And if what everybody's saying is right, this last frame we're coming up on should be all honey against the wall. I'm taking a quick and dirty look and seeing if I can see the queen in here. Those ones look like they just emerged not too long ago. And the queen could be anywhere in here. I'm just taking a glance. Apparently that drone has got to get the hell out of the hive because that one was riding its back. And just like I suspected, all honey. A little bit of brood. A little bit of brood on the bottom. All honey. A little bit of brood on against the wall. All honey. Alright, we're going to slide this back together and slide it all back where it belongs. Give her a little bit of puff of smoke. Get her put it back where they belong. We'll try and do 2 at a time. Apparently they're not going to play nice. Squished one. They're getting a little rowdy. I'm gonna guess the queen must have ran to that side because that's where all the bees are running to. Uh-oh. Got it stuck. Two at a time is where it's at. All right. I got sweat dripping on me. I'm trying not to be in the frame. The rest of this should slide easy because there ain't nothing to it. These are all pretty empty. There you go. Scoop everybody back in. Set the smoker over here. There's a ball of propolis. Toss the lid back on. Take a smoke break for me. And we're good. There we go. Back to straight. This hive's not that big. I just had it against the smoke break. This is the hive I gotta decide if I'm gonna feed them or not. Probably, but probably write the numbers real quick. All right, So only 8 frames total for this hive. We're not getting a whole lot out of it. Frame number 8, pretty well deformed because of heat. It was pretty damn hot somewhere. Frame number 7 got a little bit. Tiny little piece. No honey in it, just a jumper bee. I don't see that many bees in here. They might have left. They might have swarmed. I wouldn't blame them. There's not many resources in this one. Nothing. Couple of beetles. Very little honey, but there's honey in there. And this is where we're going to let them fly and see what they do, because if they were in a tree, nobody'd be feeding them, right? This one's starting to get filled in with honey. A couple of cap sections at the top. All the bees got their head in the hole. Sweaty. Honey on top, that's cool. Since this is a smaller hive, I'm going to look for the queen. Doesn't necessarily mean she's here. Put that in backwards. That's a good and gooey propolis mess. That's frame number 4. It is filled with brood, and it's got a cup, which tells me they're either thinking about swarming or they're swarming. There's a cup on that side too, so hopefully they don't swarm, but they're still making bees, so we'll see. I don't see anything in that cup. I'll bring the cups over and show you here in a second. Where'd that other one go? There it is. And that one might have something in it. But it's still got brood in there. There's the queen cup. Switch hands. Where's the other one? The other one's right there. It sounds like they got something going in the commons. I spilled honey right there. Must have slipped out of the frame. And as always, the train's got to be blowing the whistle while we're making videos. Alright, how the heck do I get this off my glove? stuck in the leather. That worked, sort of. Frame number 3. Full frame of resources. Full frame of brood. Alright, I got a little more confidence for this one. They don't have any capped honey, but they got a lot of bees being made. There's a lot of honey right there. Alright. Cool. Maybe the small hive is going to do alright. Because this frame looks to be all honey.